Okay, rotation corrections. If you right click on the new 3D, you have rotation correction visual. So I've got some data here where I've laid a daily diary on 6 faces, and so the front and back, top, bottom, left and right on each of the axis points. Reset the orientation. So if I'll just bring this over here, right there, on the way. If I right click, the x-axis is locked to acceleration x, smoothed and raw. Y is smooth and raw, same for Z. You can change colour to whatever you want. You can go to mono and mouse wheel through the various colours. So we have nothing, we do have stored, so I've been playing with this. What we can do is we can, if you hold down, sorry, if you just left click and rotate, then it's the normal rotation. If you hold down the control button and left click and drag, you actually drag out the correction. So, and these are the parameters of that correction. From there to there is defined by these 3 values here. So I can store this correction. That becomes the third from there. So 20.84 minus 16.14 and minus 5.159. Okay, so I can, if I move this up out of the way, I can some marked events here. So mouse wheel to change marked events value. If I put it to 1, it's red. I can put the value 2, which is green, marks more data. It's back down again. So if I was to apply our rotation which is number 3, I can apply that to, well, mouse wheel changes the value at the end of there. If I apply that to the red, see that this data here changed. I can hold down control and left click and drag again. I can store that as a different correction. And we've got 4 rotations now, so I select number 4. And I can apply this to value, marked events value 2 by mouse wheel up. So we've got apply orientation correction to number 4 to global marked events value 2, which is the green. So let's change that. We can undo all rotations. So I click that, then those 2 corrections will undo. So everything's back to normal. If you want to, the rotation is reset by clicking this button. If I was to hold on control and left click, it also removes that orientation correction ghost image. Now if I was to apply correction 3 to marked events value 1 and correction 4 to marked events value 2, mouse wheeling up there to make marked events value number 2, with 2 corrections, what we can do is we can say, I'm not happy with correction 3, I want to undo all, and undo selected rotations. So we have correction 3 selected. Now when I do this, that's across the whole data set, so these corrections are applied to marked events throughout the entire data file that you've been playing with. So undo selected rotations, if I click now, it will undo correction number 3, which in our case is the data that's above the red bar there. Okay, it doesn't touch the green. If I go to rotation correction 4, and do the same, undo selected rotations, which is the green. That's corrected. So we now have no rotation corrections applied. If we did have a correction applied, such as there, if I was to click this button, view rotated data, then it shows you the correction there. If I was to apply correction 3 to marked events value 1, you get that there. It's just it shows you the data that's been rotationally corrected. So just click that on and off to toggle it. So hang on. So these corrections and undos are applied across the whole data set. So if there was other splits that had marked events value 1 or marked events value 2 in other splits, then that data would also be correctionally rotated as well. Now, once you've got your corrections applied, if you go to input output, file output save, export global rotation corrections matrix, click that creates a file, and make it on the desktop. If I was to close and then reload, you can come here and then you can reload that correction, and any orientation corrections that have been applied will be applied to your data set once again. They will also be available in this list here, so you can undo and reapply and add more rotation corrections, etc. I think that's it.